Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to play another episode of 60 Seconds Reatomized. We typically do the achievement hunting, but I've been trying to complete all the challenges lately. I need 12 more achievements, but we are going to do some more challenging challenges. The goal is to complete these so that I can get all the skins for all the items, because I want to do 100% of the game. We got one. Or no, we got two. We got two, that's right. And it has been... Ugh, it's been rough, I'm going to be honest. I might do this one. Woman and her dog. Survive 50 days. Don't lose the dog. I think the hard part of this one is feeding the dogs. I think you have to feed them. But yeah. So let's give it a shot. Let's just dive right in. Also, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that fun stuff. Alright, so let's see how we start. Let's see what we have in the base. I'm kind of curious because I haven't tried this one before. Tried some others. So we got medkit, lock, gas mask, axe, radio, map. We got a little bit of food, a little bit of water. We're definitely going to have to do some expeditions. And I definitely want the skin for the doggo. Wait, is that the skin? Yeah, because that's not normal pancake. So this is the skin I'm going to get if I beat this one. Nice. When fire rains down from the sky, it's every woman for herself. Well, woman and a filthy dog named Pancake. At least it's not mutated yet. We'll just have to get along until the rescue comes. Maybe the dog will prove useful. Someone has to bring the supplies to the shelter and cannot be left... somebody has to bring in supplies and the shelter cannot be left unguarded. So regular trips to the surface are out of the question. The message on the radio said the army is on its way, but it will take them around 50 days to arrive. It's not going to be easy, but we must hold out. We wouldn't want to perish just before they got here. How embarrassing would that be? Alright, so... I'm pretty sure I don't have to give her water till the 5th day, and then food and water on the 10th day. So we can get 10 days relatively easy. We really do miss the life we had. The space, the sky, the food, more food. We wish it could go back to a time before this dang bomb dropped. Alright. I'm a little stuffy today. Hope that doesn't bother anybody that I'm stuffy. But I get allergies pretty easily. And the weather here has been back and forth, so it gets hot, then cold, then hot, then cold. And blah, blah, blah. Not a fan. Let's see. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. If there was anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Alright. We might be safe inside these walls, but there are other problems to consider. None of us can sleep properly. We have to deal with this as soon as possible, otherwise we might end up falling asleep in the face of real danger. Like saucer men from Mars. Truth be told, doesn't matter if we're tired. We can't go on expeditions, so we're not using a med kit for that. We'll wait till she actually gets sick or something, or hurt or something. She's gone crazy instantly. Okay, if they're crazy, they leave after 28 days. We lost. We'll give it like 2 days. If something pops up that can make her happy again, we will continue. If we can't make her not crazy within the next couple days, we have to restart. Because they leave after like 28 days when they go deranged. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we try to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were. There are other problems we'll need to face soon. Let's just hope the yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from the radiation sickness. That's crazy how that happened. Huh. Guess what? We already got ourselves our very own Fallout garden. We've got a bunch of mushrooms growing on the walls, and they're big enough to be eaten. How about that? Should we prepare a mushroom feast today? No. So let's hope we get something that'll make her happy. The dog is supposed to help with sanity. I don't think it's helping much right now. We may be hungry, but there are some things we'll never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to start this one already. That's crazy. Yeah, that sucks. We don't really have a choice. Because like it's like I think it's 20 to 30 days they'll leave because they'll become deranged. So we could go crazy on like day 25 and be okay. But we can't go crazy that early. So let's try that again, I guess. Maybe this one's going to be harder than I thought. Man, maybe this one's going to be harder than I thought. Day 1 again. I guess if that one comes up, I've got to use the med kit. That's not cool. Alright, we read all that. I'm not going to make you listen to it again. Dolores is fine. Is there nothing more surprising than a knock on a Fallout shelter door? Who could it be? Should we investigate and risk our very lives? That sounds like a good idea. Yes. because we need supplies. We're not going to make it 50 days without it, so we're going to have to be risky, I'm assuming. Someone started shooting at us. We closed the hatch as quickly as we could, but a shot or two grazed us. So she's already hurt. We'll hold off on that for now. We were about to go to sleep when we heard scratching come from the door. At first, it sounded like an angry rat trying to eat the dang thing. We soon discovered it was much worse. Someone on the other side of the door trying to pry it open. I guess we'll use the lock to start it off, I guess. Okay, yeah, this is going to be difficult. We didn't think that a small padlock would stop them, but it turned out to be enough to discourage the unknown attackers. It seems that they gave us a whole break-in, a fair shot, but ultimately gave up and left. Too bad that padlock is in no shape to be used again. We need to think of other ways to fight off bandits and other soup-hungry barbarians. Okay. Our favorite radio station stopped broadcasting. When we tried the frequencies, we found nothing but static. Are all of the stations gone? Maybe we should tinker with our radio to increase its range. Yeah, why not? Why not? Hopefully it's not broken, but yeah. Okay, cool. Well, we did what we could, but we still can't hear a thing. Dang it. Alright. One more day in dehydration. Every new smell attacks our noses in this little shelter instantly. There isn't much we can miss, so when a single brick fell out of the wall, revealing a tight opening, our senses were immediately invaded by a terrible stench. We should probably check that hole out and see what the source of that smell is. Sure thing. Let's see if we can find, I think it's the can of soup. So like free food. We looked into the hole fearing something that might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated sharp body parts. But nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. He deserved that much. Alright, she is still just hurt, but she's got dehydration. We need water. After all the days we spent down here, we're not exactly clean. We smell bad, real bad. It didn't bother us until we noticed it. Now, we're not about to get sick, so why not take a shower? We don't have soap, but there are other alternatives to consider. We're not going to use anything, because if she gets sick, we're going to have to use the med kit in a moment anyways. So we'll use it to fix both if she... Oh, she did get sick. Okay. Alright. The world has ended. Who cares about showering? We get used to it. Adapting shouldn't be hard. It will be like a camping trip. It will... Oh no, that smell is just terrible. Don't puke. Don't... Suspicious looking stains cover the part of the page. I guess we'll just go ahead and use it now, and maybe we'll get lucky and get a med kit soon. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could just get out and leave, walk the surface like we used to, smell the fumes and pollution? Ah, that's the scent of freedom we miss. True. True, true. Let me take a drink real quick. I'm drinking green tea today. It's delicious. Gold Peak. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. Alright. Ha, guess what? We already got ourselves our very own Fallout garden. We got a bunch of mushrooms growing on one of the walls. They're big enough to be eaten. How about that? Should we prepare a mushroom feast today? I'm kind of curious. What is the positives of eating the mushrooms? Is it like you might not get sick? And if so, it'll feed your hunger, I guess. But you could get sick. I'm guessing that's most likely what it is. We may be hungry, but there's some things we'll never eat. Wall fungus is one of them. Alright, so she's hungry, thirsty. We got 2 days. Pancake seems eager to run out for a while. Maybe he will bring back something interesting. Yes, we want him to go out as often as possible. Because I don't think he'll die or get lost when we send him out and about. I think it's just a matter of when he scares off the raiders. Nice. Good job, Pancake. We have no idea how he was able to bring a bottled water. Dog paws are no good for carrying bottles. Dehydration. Tomorrow we're going to feed him water. Hey, Pancake, who's a good boy? Wait a minute. Is he hungry? He sure is. How about you share one of those tasty... Ah, that's going to be... Hopefully that's not often. Hopefully I don't have to feed him a full can that often. Because that'd be rough. Well, now, don't eat the can, Pancake. Easy, boy. Hopefully that tomato soup will keep him happy for a while. Alright, dehydration, starvation. We got to give her both. What's that? A rat? Rats are usually smaller than cats. And what's that with the double tail? We can't let that thing into our supplies. Yeah, we have to use the axe to stop it. We need our supplies. Pretty badly. Pretty badly. Good. Our axe didn't break, so we're fine. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hairy mutant. Guess we're still on top of the food chain. Good for us. Alright, let's see. She is still starvation. We'll wait till the 12th. One thing you don't expect is a band full of people dressed in green showing up at your doorsteps and claiming they take from the rich and give to the poor. That's exactly what happened to us. Should we let those clowns in? They might provide some quality entertainment. What was it? He said 6, right? I had a commenter. I can't remember which one, but he said 6 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 6 or more? Or 6 or less? Hang on, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check real quick. Hang on. See if I can find his comment. Oh yeah, we're at 84 subscribers, by the way, which is amazing. You guys are actually really amazing. Here soon, I'm gonna have to do a 100 subscriber special. It's coming up quick. Here it is. Yeah. Ramad said this. He said the Merriman one, if you have less than 6 items, toys including, if you have more, they steal some supplies or everything. So 6 or less. 6 or less. Okay. That's not bad. And we have 6, I believe, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we should be fine to let them in. If not, we'll know that it's 5 or less. And he was just saying, like, if you have 6 or more. Makes me super... Yeah! Oh! Wow! We got a medkit! They're amazing. So, we had those weird people over, and they were more than kind. They gave us a first aid kit, and we spent a lovely afternoon together dancing and singing. And then they left. That's amazing. Medkit is going to be needed. We've been hearing strange noises lately. Is it coming from outside, or is it something that came into the shelter with us? Could it be? We found nothing. We feel like we might be going crazy. We should probably get busy with something to keep us occupied before this gets worse. Yeah, we got cards. Hopefully it doesn't break them. I don't think it can if you just use them as, like, entertainment. Having some fun made us forget about... What was it again? Alright, so she's thirsty, hungry. That's fine. When we opened the bunker door this morning to let some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on the doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we take a look? Yes, we have to risk things. At least until we can get to, like, day, like, 35 or 40, and we feel safe. Okay, so she is sick. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. That sucks. She's at dehydration. We can give her water tomorrow. Got a little scared of it today. All of a sudden, a map just fell off the wall. Maybe our shelter is haunted. When the map fell down, it revealed some sort of safe behind it. We don't remember installing it, but we can probably crack it. Well, we technically have all the time in the world. Let's go back to here. I guess we'll do that and use the medkit, because maybe we can get one. But I don't know if, like, we break it now, if we have a possibility of getting it tomorrow. But either way, she's sick. We're going to have to use it at some point. And I want to make sure we have all the opportunity to get the medkits and not get diseased and her die while still having one. You know what I mean? We were expecting big sums of money and some gold bars inside. We found nothing of the sort. It's probably for the best. They would be useless right now. Instead, we found some other stuff that might prove useful. Alright, she was dehydration, and that's good timing for water. We need food, though. Pancake seems eager to run outside for a while. Maybe he will bring back some... Yes, please. And hopefully he brings back his own can of food. Or another med kit. Or another med kit would be fine. What did he bring? More water. Okay. Good job, Pancake. We have no idea how it's possible to bring us bottled water. Dog paws are no good for carrying bottles. I concur. I concur. Starvation. We'll give it to her on the 17th. Alert! There's a gang of firefighters outside, or at least they are dressed like ones. They've been banging on the door, ordering us to surrender all of our supplies. They claim they will drive us out with fire if we don't comply. Guess the definition of a firefighter has somewhat changed recently. How do we oppose them? We'll use the axe and hope it doesn't break. Okay, it broke. That's rough. Some axe action was enough to send those cowards running. Bet your butt they'll be back. Vermin like that are never long gone. They crawl out of the shadows when the night comes. Let's keep our axe sharp. Don't have one, so... Alright, we'll feed her. Hey, Pancake, who's a good boy? Wait a minute. Is he hungry? He sure is. How about you share some of that tomato soup cans with him? Freaking guess so. I guess so, man. I don't want to. Now we have to get food or he's gonna run away. Well, now, don't eat the can, Pancake. Easy, boy. Hopefully that tomato soup will keep him happy for a while. So it's basically, we need like one every 10 days is what it's seeming like. Okay, thirsty, hungry. During our latest expedition, we ran into a smelly man in torn up clothes. We recognized him as an old bum named Jim who used to roam the streets in our town before the bomb fell. Now he roams the wasteland and he looks like he followed us home. He's banging on the door asking if you want to buy a rock. Yes, please. I think he will give us water later on. That was another tip from a commenter. By the way, if you have tips or tricks or anything, let me know in the comments. I don't mind. It helps. Because there's a lot of RNG and a lot of different events that happen. So just knowing things is a great deal for me. And it's a lot funner to hear from you guys than it is to read through the wiki and try to memorize pages. I'm not a studying kind of guy. I do it when I gotta. When there's stuff that I'm like, I've got to know this. I'll do it. But I'd prefer to learn from you guys. We opened the door and greeted the old man with a smile. He was eager to show us that his bag filled with rich choice of rocks and convinced us to take one for free, for old time's sake. We agreed, carefully chose the best looking rock, and the man left. We can't complain, it's a good rock, really. Also, he claimed it brings good luck. We'll see about that. She's at dehydration, we'll give her water tomorrow. Okay, so her sanity is going to go down. If there was one person we truly miss, it's our great Uncle Terry. He used to be brilliant stories about turtles, elephants, and wizards. It would be reassuring to hear some of those stories again, and yet we don't even have a photo of him, just memories. Don't go crazy. I need you to last at least like 5 more days. Okay, cool. Cool. And so we are left with no photos, no news, and no happy thoughts. The world is too cruel. Every day is a struggle, but it's one paw in front of the other until the rescue finally comes. Only 30 more days, and we'll be well away from this horror. Anywhere is better than here, especially if there's coffee. I think she was starvation, but we'll just go ahead and give her both. The more we know about what's going on the outside, the better for us. Let's gather around the radio and see if there's a station to tune into. Okay, we'll do that. Man, we're in a situation. We have no food. Even if we get 1 can, that's not enough. Oh, gosh, yes. That's good timing. Some friendly soul on the radio was talking about supply packs she had lost during her trip through our town. We immediately realized she must have driven through our street. We rushed out and got the package before anyone else. Good timing. Good timing. She's hungry, fatigued. Fatigued is fine. You hear that? Noises coming from below. This is probably the right time to check the manhole in the corner. The one that's been locked tight ever since we got to the shelter. That sucks. I would have loved to go down there because you can get a couple things. Medkit is one of them. I think map and medkit and radio. Oh, she's crazy. Let's see if we can make it. I don't know. We're at a point where maybe we can make it before she goes, what is it, deranged? Going into a tight, dark tunnel is not a good idea. Especially with those weird noises coming from it. They're giving us the creeps, even up here. Okay, she's just hungry, fatigued, crazy. Pancake is quite agitated. Letting him out for a run seems like a good idea. Maybe he'll find something interesting. Okay, we can do that. Is it like every time I let him out, he gets hungry after? Nice. Good job, Pancake. Although cans are not our first choice of meal, the ones brought back by Pancake will do just fine. Okay, she's just crazy. Okay, we got 2 cans, so 1 for her and 1 for Pancake, but we're going to need more. Our situation is getting worse every day. We can see the hunger and desperation in each other's eyes. We know a teacher from a local school rescued a bunch of kids when the bomb fell. We also know what kind of supplies are in the school shelter. As part of the community, we help stock it for emergencies, so technically they're ours, right? Should we reclaim them in our hour of need? Yes, actually. That's a good timing. Hopefully we get luck on it and we don't get injured or nothing. Oh, we're stacked. We are stacked. Okay. I think we'll make it. As long as she doesn't go deranged and leave, we're fine. We are now richer in some supplies, but for some reason we don't feel very good about it. Let's just never mention the whole thing again. The thing is, though... Okay, we need to give her water tomorrow. The thing is, though, I know that it increases insanity. So, is that going to make her closer to being deranged? I don't know. Pancake is a great companion, but for some bizarre reason, he has been hanging out a lot around the soup cans. Maybe he wants a taste? Yes, give him some soup. Get that boy some soup. Get that boy some soup. Alright, so... Well now, don't eat the can, Pancake. Easy boy. Hopefully the tomato soup will keep him happy for a while. Alright, and we need to give her... We'll give her both. We're stacked. We're alright. We never thought we'd live to see the day of a dancing cockroach. We still haven't, but we saw one that was nearly as big as a cat. Good news is they probably scared off any rats in the area. Bad news is they are huge and will probably attack us when they get the chance. We'll use the book because the can of spray can be used as a defense against raiders and stuff. We need to keep what we can because when you use Pancake, it can risk him getting injured and leaving. Or just leaving, I think. We dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, and had 8 legs, and had a glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. 8 legs is a spider. Whatever. Fatigue, crazy, hungry. Someone paid us... Ooh, axe. Someone paid us a visit today. It was an overly cheerful, red-haired woman accompanied by a grumpy-looking mercenary type who was probably her guard. She told us that she was a trader and eagerly showed us her items she had brought along. We'll trade the cards for the axe. We need more defense items, so that's good. We will keep those defense items for sure. Alright, let's see. We managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving in the wasteland, but her advice seems pretty useless. We already know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. We thanked her and said our goodbyes. Fatigue, crazy, hungry. As we were considering alternatives to the canned soup diet, a sudden knock at the door broke our line of thought. It turned out we were visited by a band of survivors who were in pretty bad shape. All they wanted was to get a drink. We actually don't care about that. That's like an escape plan, but we just need to make it to 50. So I'm not too concerned. I just need Dolores to not go deranged. We could tell our guests were not thrilled about our refusal. Their tired eyes alone were enough to understand how much they needed those supplies. We did not beg, but simply turned around and left in an unknown direction. Maybe they'll have more luck elsewhere. Maybe. Fatigue, crazy, hungry, thirsty. Okay. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, dang you. Dang you all to heck. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted a perfectly good barbecue. And if you're curious why I censor the heck out of all these words, it's because, you know, sometimes kids watch these, you know, and I don't want to swear or say anything bad like that. I even have one of my sons, he likes to watch them to go to sleep too, so I don't know if it bugs people that I change some words, because they're not too bad of words, but it's enough for me to not want to do that, you know. Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities, and it won't be that bad. Alright, she's still just crazy. We're going to give her both. Pancake is quite agitated. Letting him out for a run seems like a good idea. Maybe he'll find something interesting. Yeah, we'll go ahead and send him out. We're almost at a point where we won't need to send him out anymore, but keeping him in, will that make him want to run away? I don't know. Deck of cards back. Nice. Good job, Pancake. Where did you find this? How did you even manage to carry it back? Never mind. Better not look a gift dog in the mouth, as they say. It's been 30 days since we got stuck in this heck hole. The walls might be closing in, and supplies might be running low, but at least we've got each other. Any conversation is better than none, even one that consists primarily of barking. Okay, she's still just crazy. We've got 20 days. You can do this, Dolores. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning the signal. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm really concerned that she's gonna leave right before. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Oh yeah, and I got an update. I found a horror game that I'm gonna play, and I'm kind of excited to play it. It's called Obey the Voice. It looks interesting. I know I'm probably the biggest wimp, and I'm so scared of a lot of those games, but I think you guys might enjoy it, hopefully. Making fun of me is fine, and my scaredness. But, Yeah, so I'm going to play Obey the Voice here soon. I'm not for sure what day. I'm trying to stock up a little bit of videos real quick so that I can get through this Christmas break. And then once the Christmas break is over in January, I'm going to try to record. There's a game called Don't Look Outside, and then I'm going to record Obey the Voice. I'm just going to do the demo for now and see what kind of reaction it gets from everybody, if you guys enjoy it or not. If you do enjoy it, I might get the full game and play it from time to time, and you know, things like that. So I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. I don't know exactly what the game entails. I just know it's got some really creepy stuff, and you have to like do challenges or something with like the demon thing. You're like playing games with it, like hide and seek or something, and it looked pretty creepy. So I'm kind of, I think it'd be fun. Alarm! There's a group of people outside and they don't seem too friendly. We recognize some of them. They used to be in our neighborhood watch. They don't sound too concerned with the well-being of our neighborhood anymore, but they are very serious and angrily waving their heavy flashlights. We need to do something before they break in and take everything we have. We'll use the axe. Crazy Dolores swinging the axe. Alright, let's see. Some axe action was enough to send those cowards running. You can bet your butt that they'll be back. Vermin like that are never long gone. They crawl out of the shadows when the night comes. Let's keep our axe sharp. Alright, she's still just crazy. She's only hungry and thirsty. Pancake is a great companion, but for some bizarre reason, he's hanging out around the soup cans. Maybe he wants a taste. Okay. Give him a can-a-roni. Let's see what's going on. Okay, we got a radio thing going. Alright, well now, don't eat the canned Pancake. Easy boy. Hopefully that tomato soup will keep him happy for a while. I concur. She's dehydrated, so water tomorrow. She went deranged. I don't know if she will make it 17 days. That's probably asking a lot. We're going to play it through, though. Maybe we'll get lucky. While they're going crazier, this entire shelter is crawling with little insects, or worse. It's worse. They're spiders. And they're not some miniature ones. They're huge, furry, and very creepy beasts. We've got to do something about them. We'll use the book. Alright. A good book is a solution to any problem you encounter. This includes marauding spiders. A few precise hits and suddenly every spider is aware of what the word decimation means. We also found a misplaced soup can while hunting those pesky spiders. That was a beautiful hunt. I didn't know you can get soup can from that. That's nice. Okay, give her water. We'll go ahead and give her food too. A stranger pushing a rusty wheelbarrow filled with all kinds of goods stopped by today. He claimed he's a trader looking to barter for items. We'll trade the cards again just for one, because I don't think, honestly, I don't think we need much water. I really don't. Let's do the math. What is it, like 4 drinks per bottle? 5? Yeah, I think 4 drinks per bottle. Maybe 5. Yeah, it's 4. So let's just say 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. So, absolute worst case scenario, we'd need 7 drinks, right? And that's like just a couple. So we don't need to use, we don't need to trade anything. If it was food, I might say yeah because the dog, but I don't know. Okay, 15 days. You can make it, Dolores. I believe in you. We refused to trade. Hopefully, we made the right choice. But the trader was not too happy about this. What is she? Deranged, fatigued, and hungry. Okay. There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beasts of the wastes, and right now she's on a trail of a giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind. What are you going to do with that spider, lady? Put it on a leash? She promises that if we help her, she will return the favor another day. Alright. Day 36. 14 days. This woman says she hunts mostly for food. Clearly, she's uncivilized savage. Delicious soup is what decent people eat these days. We were not amused and didn't give her anything. Alright, she's fatigued, deranged, hungry. Pancake seems eager to run outside. Maybe he'll be back with something interesting. Yes, please. Alright, what did he bring? Nice, water. Good job, Pancake. He's really earning his keep here. This one. He's really earning his keep here, this one. Okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be out of here soon. Alright. She is deranged, hungry, thirsty, fatigued. We didn't think we'd get a chance to increase our food supply by simply playing a card game, but that's what we were offered by a man who knocked on our door today. 2 cans of food. We win. We get his 2 cans. We lose. We give him our 2 cans. Are we going to do it? It would solidify our finish, but I don't want to. I don't think we need to. And it's just not worth the risk. Just not worth the risk. 12 days. 12 days left. We can make it, Dolores. As crazy as you are. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set for the kids? We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. We sent that man away. Good riddance. Fair. We'll give her both. It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but it has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one's hiding there, but there's something alive down here besides us. Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we're the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. I would if I could. 39, okay, we got 11 days. Good deal, good deal. We can make it. We can do it. As we were running around looking for something to smash that furry rodent with, it just disappeared, and so did one of our cans of food. The question is, how did that little devil fit through one of those little holes? Okay, she is hungry, fatigued, and deranged. And we are down to 3 cans, okay. We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins in a local restaurant home. They must have some supplies, and in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of our family is the most important thing in the world, right? I think we have enough to make it, so I'm going to not do that because it could potentially increase her derangement. 10 days left. We are close. She's normal. We said no, and she went back to normal. We win. Absolutely. We're no bandits. Sure, we need supplies, but not at the cost of others. We won't bother these people. A man who takes canned soup from another is not worthy to taste that soup. That's fair. That's true. Let's just hope that everybody else I stuttered. That wasn't even a stutter. That was a lisp. Everybody else, Mike Tyson. Everybody else out there as decent as our family. That was the worst impression of Mike Tyson ever. I don't want to hear anything about that, please. Let me forget that it happened. One has to maintain relationships in these circumstances, and 40 days together in a cramped space will teach anyone some humility. We bark politely to each other every morning and communicate via meaningful glances and body language. Only 10 more days of this madness and we'll be free. Free! Alright, what does she have? Fatigued and hungry? We got this. Hey, Pancake, who's a good boy? Wait a minute. Is he hungry? He sure is. How about we give him one of those tasty cans of tomato soup? Alright. Alright, 41. We got 9 days left. We got this one in the bag, you guys. This one is solid. Well now, don't eat the canned Pancake. Easy boy. Hopefully that tomato soup will keep him happy for a while. Alright, she is hungry, fatigued, and thirsty. Time to listen to some radio chatter. Maybe we'll pick up some useful shred of information on how to get out of this mess. Yeah, we can do that. Radio's good to have. Alright. We're able to tune in and get rid of just enough static to listen to a very energetic and lively speaker. He seemed well informed to mention a few helpful tips that should make it easier for us to survive the next expedition. Well, can't do that. Let's just give it to her. I'm not risking nothing. Today we were visited by a strange-looking little man who introduced himself as a trader. He insisted that his prices were so low that it's practically like cutting his own throat. The least we could do is take a look at his offer, although for some reason we don't really trust him. Yeah, we don't... I mean, the medkit's nice and all, but we don't need it. Even if we get sick or injured, we'll make it to the end. We got 7 days. So we're set in stone. We're just staying as we are. Despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless or not, we turned down this man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. But yeah, and I was thinking, I'm trying to figure out what to do for the 100 subscriber video. I'm thinking about just doing like a bit of a talking video, just to kind of talk about the plans I have for the channel and about the community I'm hoping we can build. We'll probably use Discord and stuff in the future at some point. But I don't know. I'll talk more about it on that video. But, you know, that's coming up. If there's any suggestions of things of, like, where you guys want the channel to go, what you're looking for for content. If you don't want to be like involved in any type of community, that's fine. I understand that. There's some channels I watch on a regular that I just don't really, I don't really do that. There's a couple Discord channels I joined just to talk about like coding, and there's different tutorials I enjoy watching, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's give me some ideas and stuff in the comments if you're interested. It's completely up to you. But I want to make sure everybody's welcome, and I do the type of content you want. I was thinking about finding more games that are less roguelike and more like reading based. I think that's how like Don't Look Outside is. It's more of like a reading thing, and because I want long relaxing videos, mainly because that's what I go to sleep to. It's entertaining for me late at night, or if I'm like working on a project, I like to play something chill that's long and I can just listen to it. Sometimes at work when I'm stalking and stuff like that, because I got a lot of products that we sell and all that. So when I'm stalking and stuff, I'll listen to something, and just it's got to be long for me because I'm doing shorts. I'm constantly flicking through the phone rather than focusing on my job. So I enjoy long content. So it's just something I've always been into. But yeah, give me some tips on some stuff you're interested in, or, even games, even if it's slightly off the general topic of the type of games I play. Because I'll probably play like Expedition 33, and and I don't think I'm gonna post it, but if that's something you're interested in, I could post it, So if there's stuff that you like, or even survival things, like I play Minecraft on a regular. Our family's got a realm that we play on, and we're building a world, and the big update came out. The new big update came out, so we've all been doing that, making happy gas and everything. And I'm about to make like a really big build. And I decided, sorry if you want to see the video, but I figured I'd tell you about this. So I decided my build is going to be made out of like some of the most difficult material, but I like the color palette, right? Like it's going to be like obsidian, crying obsidian. It's going to be frog lights. It's going to need those in-city rods. I'm going to need a lot of glass. Even some of it's going to be tinted. But it's just a lot of material that's going to be really tricky to get. But I think it's going to be a really cool build when I'm done. It'll probably take me a while. I'm going to be putting some hours into it. But once I get it done, I may take a picture or something, or even do like a walkthrough of our realm as like a quick little video just to show you guys. I did do a couple of like just no commentary Minecraft grinding videos because I think they're relaxing and they're nice to sleep to. But I think it's so competitive in the Minecraft YouTube realm that it's like, I don't think that's something I want to do. Because it's hard to grow a channel doing those types of games that are just so competitive. And I don't edit. I don't really like editing. I've made channels before that has editing, and it's a nightmare to keep up a proper schedule. Posting like one video a week because I don't have time to do it. But doing it this way, I've got like a couple of days where I can just hard focus playing videos that I think would be nice, watching challenges or achievement hunts and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I went this direction on this channel, and it seems to be paying off. Like it's growing way faster than any that I've tried to grow before, and it's also games that I just already enjoy playing, and I get to change them. It's variety, so that's freaking awesome, right? Pancake seems eager to run outside for a while. Maybe he will bring back something interesting. But I don't know. There's a lot of games I'm interested in that I'm going to play in my free time, that if anybody suggests, I'll just record it while I'm playing it, Good job, Pancake. Although cans are not our first choice of meal, the ones brought back by Pancake will be just fine. All right, so more soup. So we're definitely going to beat this one. How about a trip to Nevada? We've been postponing for a while now. Maybe we should go there. That's our first step after getting out of here. But yeah, I don't know. It's like... And I was kind of blown away. I don't know if anybody watched like the Game Awards. I didn't really watch it. I get updates from one of my kids, and it's absolutely a blast. It's absolutely. I was gonna say a blast. I was gonna say it's absolutely awesome that Expedition 33 won so many. I watched like the history of like their adventure with making it. I guess like their passion project, and getting lucky with the person who made the music. He just found him on a random thread that had like 10 comments, and it was kind of crazy. I was like, man, that story is really wild. I think they really earned it. I think there's a lot of people a little bit salty about it because they're like, they're like, oh, they won, you know, a lot of stuff, and of course they did. And it's like, well, I mean, they earned it. That was a crazy game. Like, everything I see about it, it's just amazing. Somebody called it like this generation's Final Fantasy, and it's like, I don't think that's wrong. I think that's pretty accurate. It is an amazing game, and if they keep going with it, which I haven't played the game yet, so I don't know what like sequel possibility there would be, because it may just be a one and done, but I don't know. But from what I've seen of the art and everything, it looks beautiful, and the music is amazing. When someone knocked on the door, we were suspicious and cautious. But after a few minutes of talking it out, it turned out to be a group of old ladies who were at a tea party not far from here when the bombs dropped. We thought it would be only good manners to talk to them face to face. When we opened the door, these old bats attacked us with their umbrellas, canes, and something that looked like a spiked table leg. We need to fight back. Use the bug spray. Day 46. Good deal. We only got 4 days left. Alright, bug spray's gone. We'll have to rely on Pancake. They did take some soup, though. Oh, no. If he wants food, we're screwed. Using the bug spray seemed like a good idea, and it slowed the bandits down, but they still had enough firepower to storm the shelter and steal some of the food. They left quickly, so maybe we didn't lose all of our cans. Oh, please don't ask for food. Please don't ask for food. Give her water. Please don't ask for food. We'll trade our map for the gun. No, we'll trade the gas mask for the padlock. Yeah. We heard a knock at the door this morning, and we held our breath for fear. But as soon as we heard children's voices coming from outside, we decided to open it up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and now offer other items too. Smart girls. Yeah, we'll do the gas mask for the padlock. No, we'll do the gun. The gun's guaranteed. We may need the map. I don't know. We only got a few days left. 3 days left. Okay, please, please, please don't let him be hungry. Please don't let him be hungry. The girls were very kind, and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. Now, how very clever of them to keep their business alive even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. She's at starvation. We'll leave her be. I hope he doesn't leave. Hey, Pancake, who's a good boy? Wait a minute. Is he hungry? He sure is. How about we share one of those tasty tomato cans? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Day 48. Oh my god, he didn't run away. We got 2 days left. Please don't let him be hungry again. We really loved having that dog around. We really did, but without soup, his behavior got, well, odd. He stares at us with those hungry, hungry eyes. Can't stop thinking of what or whom he might decide to eat. We'll eat a can of soup. Good news, everyone. The government just announced they will be dropping crates filled with supplies in our area. Finally, we got useful for something. Finally, they are useful for something. We should head over and get those crates as soon as possible. Grabbing some protection gear might not be a bad idea. Okay, good, good, good. We may get a can of soup to make it the last day, because he may be hungry again. I don't know. This is... Okay, good. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. The airdrop crate we found wasn't exactly huge, but it contained a few supplies that will definitely help us. We were especially happy to find some water bottles and food cans for a minute. We thought it was canned meat, but then we found out it was tomato soup. Our theory is that this whole country used to run on tomatoes, and no one suspected a thing. Alright, let's see. What does she need? We'll give her that. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking at the door. It seems to be a trader who is very interested in ammunition. How about that? We don't have none. We don't have any. The end. Day 50, so this is... We win, right? I think so. The end. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world is probably it. We made it. We actually made it. The rescue team came, and they were ready to take us away from here. We're off to a better tomorrow. One with lots of coffee, canned wet food, and proper food bowls. Or at least soft pillows and squeaky toys. How did we live without them? We spent 50 days in our shelter. Nice. Nice work. Alright. So we got that achievement done. Yeah, and we don't have enough time to do another one for this video. So I wish it would have made it an hour, but that's okay. We made it to 45 minutes, so that's pretty solid. But yeah, again, if there's, you know, and I hate stressing it, and I don't want to, like, I don't know the word for it. I don't know the right word for it. I don't want to, like, do this. You know, I don't like that feeling. But, I don't know. There's a lot of games that I want to play. There's a lot of games I do play, and you know, if you got any ideas, just let me know. Let me know. Communication is key and all that fun stuff. Other than that, I'm gonna stick to the roguelikes and just keep doing my thing and adding a horror game here and there, maybe a dialogue game here and there. Um, and I won't do any of like the unless it's like requested and people want to see it. I'm not gonna do like Expedition for the Channel or Baldur's Gate 3 or anything like that. You guys would have to actually like really want to see that, and I may do that. But here soon, I'm gonna once we hit the 100 subscribers, which I'm assuming is gonna be within the next like couple weeks. I'm gonna try closely to that time to do to do sorry, my brain's going smooth. To do like a just a conversation about where the channel is and some ideas that I have, and if anybody's interested in it, and if you guys think they're good ideas. So stay tuned for that. Once I hit 100 subs, just look out for that video because it'll be coming. Other than that, we did it. We got the border collie skin for the dog. I'm excited about that. It looks really good too. I'm happy for that. Either way, if you like the content, make sure you subscribe. If you like the video, make sure you like the video. If you leave a comment, it helps my channel a lot. It helps the algorithm understand that people enjoy it. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. And I hope today's a good day. I hope tomorrow's even better. And I will see you later. Goodbye.